Now, from the KSN Storm Center, your local weather authority, this is your forecast first.
Good evening. It's a rather pleasant night after a very nice day today. We had high temperatures in the 60s, a lot of sunshine. We do have a few high clouds in place right now, but we are still dry on our Freeman Health First Alert Doppler radar. So we'll have a few clouds overnight and starting with a few tomorrow morning, but plenty of sunshine still expected and even warmer temperatures will be with us tomorrow. We'll have high temperatures back in the 70s. Now that warming trend continues for a few more days and I'll have details coming up in just a few minutes. KSN local news at 10 starts now.
Now in high definition, local, part of your community. This is KSN, local news at 10.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jessica Shear.
And I'm Philip Mitchell. The Missouri State Board of Education met yesterday to look at some proposed changes to standards developed in Jefferson City. Former Carthage Superintendent Blaine Henningsen is part of that process, dealing with college and career readiness. Proposals going forward touched on concepts in science and clarifying goals in math. Carl Junction teacher Christina Chandler says she's looking forward to finding out more.
We're still going to be hitting government and economics and those kinds of things. But in fourth grade, in the past, ever since I've started teaching, we've covered Missouri. And then we talk a little bit about the federal government, but we focus back on Missouri. That's moving to third grade.
The Missouri Learning Standards define what students know and are able to do in each grade level and course. The state board will meet again in March to go over these new recommendations. And the Carthage School District testing a new program that will attempt to improve a child's education. The new program is called Student Learning Objectives, and it is replacing the No Child Left Behind program. The new system will grade teachers on a monthly basis. Teachers can then adjust their lesson plans to match each class. In the past, the teachers were graded at the end of the year, and they couldn't adjust their lesson plans because the students had moved on.
It's kind of giving the teacher more control. We get to set a reasonable target for a particular student, and we get to see if they achieve that target. So we're focusing on the same group of students.
All Missouri school districts will be implementing this new program come August.
2 students are separated from their home by thousands of miles.
They came to America to experience a different culture for a year, but local school administrators say the lessons they're teaching other students may be just as valuable.
KSN's Jeremiah Cook shows us the impact they're having in his special report, Coming to America.
Imagine being a teenager thousands of miles away from friends and family. In just about every school district, you'll find one of these kids, an exchange student from a different country. Not only are these kids learning about us, the kids they go to school with are getting a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see the world through someone else's eyes. And the impressions that students like Javier and Tina, 2 kids at Northeast Vernon County High School in Walker, are leaving behind are having a huge impact on other students and their teachers. Javier came to America for one reason in particular.
My main reason is to speak English. I need it for my college.
Which is almost the exact same reason Tina traveled halfway around the world. He's from Spain.
Madrid, the capital.
While she's from Thailand.
I'm from a city called Khon Kaen.
Now they're in Walker, Missouri, population 271, making for some interesting cultural lessons.
When I came, I just saw like 4 houses between Springfield and my house, and it was weird.
In my town, like, I don't really see cows every day, but now, I see them every day.
Even in school, they're learning just how different America is. Javier played basketball this year and is already getting ready for his first season of baseball.
In Spain, there is no baseball.
The school that, I used to study in Thailand, there are 3,000 students, so it's a big difference.
But it's the lessons these 2 are teaching the other students that has teachers in the Northeast Vernon County School District excited.
They can look it up, and that's one thing in a book or even online, but when they can actually talk to someone from that area, it just lends a lot more, credibility to the facts.
It's different from me telling them, different from the textbook telling them. These kids that have actually been there, I think they respect that opinion a little bit more than the book.
Even the teachers are benefiting. Carla Anderson is a native Spanish speaker, but says having Javier in her class this year has been invaluable.
Before I send it to my students, because I create all my material, he is proofreading my documents in Spanish before I send them to them, so it has been a good help
For their part, Javier and Tina say the lessons they've learned and the memories they've made will last them a lifetime. They've even found some new favorites.
I like American Girls also.
Chicken noodle soup. Like my host mom, she made it and it was really good.
Javier and Tina both say that coming from cities with populations in the millions to Walker was a bit of a shock, but that they've adjusted nicely. They also say that one of the biggest surprises was the number of friends that they've been able to make.
A third exchange student from South Korea departed for home before the second semester of the year began.
A Missouri lawmaker is hoping to see changes in driver's licenses that would bring them in line with federal standards. State Senator Ryan Silvey is sponsoring Senate Bill 902 that would adopt rules from the Real ID Act. Currently, Missouri licenses do not comply with the federal guidelines, which could cause an issue on flights entering federal buildings or on military bases. Opponents of the Real ID Act say compliance could put residents' privacy at risk.
Congresswoman Lynn Jenkins unveils a God Bless America banner at her Pittsburgh office today. Now, she obtained the original banner from the American Legion of Pittsburgh that was recently removed from the city's post office after being displayed there for 15 years. Congresswoman Jenkins says the sign is a representation of what makes America great.
Just an effort to honor our veterans and the American Legion and the great country that we live in. We thought it was important to put the sign back up.
Jenkins says she plans to keep the banner at her office indefinitely.
The Crawford County Commission has given the green light to create an active transportation advisory board for the county. The Live Well Crawford County Committee plans to create a group composed of one person from each city within the county. Their goal is to then have the group tie communities together by making walking paths and transportation more accessible throughout the areas. Representatives say this will help communities be healthier and also more active.
The data shows that Crawford County is an economically deprived county, as well as a county that needs to improve the health and welfare of its citizens. So this is just one step of many that we're trying to take to accomplish that.
After the group appoints members, they will then hire a consulting firm to assist with the project. They say it will cost more than $74,000 to hire the firm. The Crawford County Health Department will pay for it through a grant provided by the Kansas Department of Health and Environment.
3 Oklahoma fire departments are redistricting their services, and KSN's Corley Peel tells us how the changes will lower homeowners' insurance.
The Ottawa County Commission approves the redistricting of the Seneca, Cayuga, Paradise Point, and Wyandotte fire departments. Seneca Cayuga Nation Public Safety Director Chris Arnold says the changes allow firefighters to improve their services.
We're here, we're closer, we are staffed, which gives us better coverage, quicker response times.
The redistricting goes from the north end of the Seneca Cayuga district at 200 Road, then down to 240 Road where the Ottawa and Delaware County line meets. Then from Grand Lake on the west to the Tiff City Fire District on the east.
It was the furthest point, like for Wyandotte, would be 10 miles. Now they've got it where with Seneca Cayuga and Paradise Point, there's no point further than 5 miles, and then they all agreed for mutual aid anytime they need a call for either one of them.
Firefighters say the redistricting will drop the department's ISO rating from a 10 to a 5, which means lower insurance rates for homeowners. Officials say they've seen examples of residents' insurance rates drop by $1,200 to $1,500 per year.
It should help them a lot. We had one guy tell us that it dropped his insurance, is going to drop his insurance from $2,600 a year to $1,300 a year.
Since the fire departments have been redistricted, Arnold says the firefighters can better protect the community.
It increases our run numbers, gives these guys more ground time, which increases their training.
Reporting in Grove, Corley Peel, KSN Local News.
A local doctor is reminding patients that cold weather could be putting their hearts at risk. Freeman cardiologist Jill Williams spoke to a group of seniors today as part of National Heart Month. She said a recent Canadian study pointed to a higher rate of heart attacks in the wintertime. Dr. Williams says that may be connected to the effect low temperatures have on the vascular system, as well as activity levels in the colder months.
If you think about lifting a shovel of snow, it can be pretty heavy depending on how much you've got on there. When your heart's not used to that sort of physical exercise, it can cause problems if you have underlying heart disease.
Dr. Williams says you can lower that risk by maintaining an exercise routine indoors throughout the winter months.
Speaking of the winter months, it really doesn't feel like winter. Meteorologist Stacey Garvilla is here to look at our forecast. In fact, we have been warmer and we're only going to continue to get warmer.
That's exactly right. Yes, we're still in the winter, but we're going to be feeling more like late April over the next several days. So high temperatures will continue warming up. We will have very windy conditions tomorrow, also some high fire danger. And then I'll let you know if we could see any showers. All of those details coming up in just a few minutes. First, though, have a look at the almanac. Highs today around the 4 states in the 60s. We'll be right back.
Now in high definition, this is KSN Local News with Philip Mitchell, Jessica Shear, meteorologist Stacey Garvilla, and Eric Annette. We are KSN Local News. And now, from the KSN Live First Alert Doppler Storm Center, weather with meteorologist Stacey Garvilla.
Welcome back. Here's our Atlas Safe Room weather picture. It was taken by Jody Valley, and it's called Evening Sky of Purple. So this sunset here really featuring some beautiful purple colors, also some pinks and some yellows in there too. So Jody, thank you for sharing that on my Facebook page, and that's where you can send in any weather photos. Our Tower Cam time lapse brought to you by Stables Casino, showing a rather pleasant evening, although we've got some high clouds pushing into the area now. We'll see a few of those clouds continue to be with us overnight tonight, but temperatures, they'll stay mild and really conditions stay pleasant. And with all the sunshine we had today, we pretty much had clear skies. We had south winds, high temperatures about 15 to even 20 degrees above normal. We made it into the 60s in most spots, mid 60s in Joplin, some upper 60s in Oklahoma, even Kansas, and lower 70s in Bartlesville and in Tulsa. So believe it or not, we're going to be even warmer tomorrow, and we're looking at temperatures about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than average. Right now, we are still very warm. We do not drop a whole lot more tonight. Right now we're in the 50s, even a few mid 40s, and we will see low temperatures really in the low to mid 40s by early tomorrow morning. Winds have been out of the south, and winds are today were pretty light, so they were not very strong, but they're elevated now for what we would consider heading into the overnight hours, and that will also help to keep temperatures on the very mild side tonight. Winds right now sustained out of the south between 5 to about 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow, though, sustained winds expected between 25 and 35 miles an hour, and that will be bringing those warm temperatures. Also a wind advisory issued for that, because we could see those wind gusts between 40 to 45 miles an hour in spots throughout the middle part of the day. A red flag warning in effect. That's for high fire danger. Even a few showers are possible by the weekend, but it does not look like we will be seeing much in the way of any accumulating rainfall. Future temperatures and winds taking us into tomorrow afternoon. Watch these wind arrows get long, indicating gusty conditions are expected. Again, wind gusts to 40 to 45 miles an hour, bringing highs to the 70s. Looks like we'll see the mid to upper 70s, and we could even get warmer than that. These southwest winds, the models don't always do a good job with them in predicting high temperatures, so we're going to say near record highs. High temperature still stands 78 for tomorrow, 1986, 74 is the forecast high. Then as we head into Friday, 75 is the record high set back in 2011, and the forecast is 71. So we'll be just a touch cooler on Friday with more clouds in our skies. Now again, a wind advisory is in effect starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow until 7 o'clock in the evening. Right now it's for Kansas and Oklahoma, but there is talk about it shifting over a bit farther east to include southwest Missouri. We're looking at wind gusts between 40-45 miles an hour, and then with that we also have high fire danger. So a red flag warning for everyone, also from 11 a.m. until 7 o'clock in the evening. We've got the dry fuels, warm temperatures, and those gusty winds. That's a recipe for seeing fires spread very rapidly. Lots of sunshine expected for your Thursday. We'll see a few high clouds increasing on Friday. More clouds, though, by Saturday, because that's when an upper level disturbance will push through, bringing the chance for a few showers Saturday into Sunday. So here's details now with your KSN forecast from your local weather authority. We are mostly clear tonight and warm. Low temperatures in the mid-40s with south winds gusting to around 20 miles an hour at times. Highs tomorrow in southwest Missouri at 74. We're sunny and warm with windy conditions. Those south winds around 40 miles an hour and gusting to 40 miles an hour. 74 in southeast Kansas. Sunny and windy, a wind advisory is expected. And as we head into northeast Oklahoma, high temperature around 76, very warm, a red flag warning in effect for everyone. The extended forecast does have slightly cooler temperatures on Sunday, highs in the low 60s with a chance for showers late Saturday into Sunday. And we're a bit more seasonable into next week. We'll have a quiet weather pattern with highs back in the 50s. You can always see the latest on 4stateshomepage.com. Just click on the weather tab for any additional weather information. So enjoy these spring-like temperatures over the next couple of days, late April.
Yeah, this is really a nice treat for us. So I think we'll just soak it in while we can.
Just enjoy it. Exactly.
All right.
Enjoy
Thanks so much, Stacy.
All right, coming up next, baseball season right around the corner. How players and coaches can get signed up.
Plus, enrollment is on the rise at MSSU. How school leaders are adding more degrees for students. That's next when KSN Local News at 10 returns. Welcome back. For the second straight semester, enrollment at Missouri Southern State University is on the rise. School officials feel part of the reason behind the increase is due to the ever-growing list of new minors, majors, and master degree options available at Southern. One of them is a new master's in education administration. Dr. Maggie Beechner says the big advantage for students will be the ability to stay put after they finish their undergraduate work.
This program will be for teachers who want to become principals. So at the end of their program, they will be qualified to take the Missouri School Leader Performance Assessment, which is the new assessment in Missouri that leads to principal certification.
Another new program that started this year is a bachelor's degree in logistics. Next fall, a new minor in automation robotics will be added to the list.
Nevada high school students get a head start on their careers today. 118 students at the Nevada Regional Technical Center practice their job interview skills. The idea is to give the kids the experience of a real interview in a setting where they can get constructive feedback. While organizers do say the same skills could be covered in the classroom, doing it this way helps the kids learn more about the process.
One of the things that we always brag about with career and technical education is that it's great hands-on real-world experience. And we wanted the mock interview to be the same way.
Witt says this is the first year for the mock interviews to be organized like this. He says the program will likely continue in the future.
It might not be summer yet, but a Southwest Missouri city is already looking for players and coaches for America's favorite game. Sign-ups for the competitive baseball league in Lamar start on March 28th. City officials say there will be teams for 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. They'll also be starting sign-ups for summer league in the city around the end of February. At the same time, they're signing players up. They'll also be looking for volunteer coaches. So for more information or to sign up, you can call the Lamar Parks and Rec Department, and that phone number is 417-682-5851.
Turning now to sports, Eric Annette joins us, and Missouri Southern baseball, speaking of baseball that is, in action earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, beautiful day for baseball. The Lions looking to improve to 5-0, and also the Pitt State women's basketball team going after their 11th straight win tonight in Warrensburg. We'll have those highlights coming up. Also, we're going to meet one of the top high school sophomore basketball players in the state of Kansas, the pride of Labette County. And next, Royals fans with a chance today to get an up-close look at the World Series trophy as it made a stop in Pittsburgh. The story coming up.
And now sports with KSN Sports Director Eric Annette.
The regional rankings in Division II college basketball came out today, and the Pitt women are ranked number 2 in the Central region behind Missouri Western. With a strong finish to the season, who knows, Pitt could be in a position to host a regional. And Pitt State at Central Missouri tonight going after their 11th straight win, but Pitt trailed by double figures in the first quarter. Michaela Burgess, though, knocking down a 3. Move on to the second quarter. More from the Webb City native. Burgess, another 3. She had 21 tonight. Pitt trailed 35-31 at the half. Second half, Pitt looking for that lead, though. Paige Lungwitz driving and scoring with the left hand to give the Gorillas the lead. Then wouldn't give it up either. Later in the third, great passing here to Kylie Gafford, who finishes. She had 17 points tonight. Late in the game, Pitt looking to seal it. And Hayden Herlocker from the top of the key. 14 points for the Girard native. And the Pitt women win their 11th game in a row, 68-64. Pitt State improves to 22-4.
I believe we gave up 26 points or so in the first quarter. After that, the second through the fourth quarter, we were outstanding on defense, and we got our offensive momentum going in the second quarter, and then got the 10-point lead in the third quarter after being down 5 at half, and just kind of hung on after that. We grinded this one out.
Men's game tonight from Warrensburg. First half, Jackson Holden, the Stephen F. Austin transfer from the top of the key, and Pitt up 24-20. End of the half. Pitt State down 2. Josiah Gustafson, the miss here. But Denton Hayes flying in, going to tip it in, tied up at 34 at the half. Pitt would trail most of the second half until the final minutes. Warrensburg native Dakota Jones draining a 3 to tie it up at 63. Less than 2 minutes to go. Pitt down 2 until Trey Starks. Another huge 3. The Gorillas go up 66-65. And the Pitt men get a huge road win tonight over Central, 74-72. Pitt has won 3 in a row. Well, one of the best sophomores in Kansas high school basketball is playing at Labette County, and her name is Tristan Gegg. Gegg is averaging 26 points per game and has helped the Grizzlies to a 15-2 record. She's already seeing college attention despite being just 16 years old. She's talked with Kansas, North Carolina, Drake, and several local schools, but with 2 more years of high school left, Gegg knows it's not crucial to lock into a school right now.
I'd keep my options open. Like, I know a lot of people who commit really early, and like, I don't think that's right unless you know for sure what you want to do.
Probably the purest shooter I've had in 29 years. So, you know, that's pretty special. I mean, that's something you can't coach. I mean, that's something really, you know, it's just really, I think she has a God-given ability there with what she can do.
And today in Pittsburgh, the World Series trophy made a stop at the Plaster Center. Hundreds of Royals fans, young and old, waited in line to get their picture taken with the trophy. Mascot Slugger and Royals Hall of Famer character Casey were also on hand today. The Royals have been taking the trophy on a tour the last couple weeks through Kansas, Missouri, and even Nebraska. And Royals fans are still on cloud 9, knowing their team won the World Series.
This is awesome. I thought I'd live my whole life and never see him win the World Series. And here it is, and I see the trophy, and it's just fabulous.
It's really cool. I always wanted to see it, but I wish my cousins could come see it too.
It's amazing. I've been a Royals fan my whole life, and it just means, you know, that we finally brought home that victory to Kansas City.
Well, a beautiful February day for baseball. Missouri Southern home against Northeastern State in a non-conference matchup. Bottom of the first, Lion leadoff hitter Richie Gorski sends a drive to right off the fence. He's going to end up at third with a triple. He'd later score on a sac fly. Lions are up 2-0 after 1 inning. Second inning, Lions down 4-2. Bases loaded for Chris Hoffman. The infield single scores Matt Smith. And Missouri Southern improves to 5-0 with a 6-5 win over the Riverhawks. Really felt like a spring day out there for baseball.
Yeah.
Great weather, no doubt. Southern home again Friday against McKendree.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Sounds good. Thanks, Eric. We appreciate it. There's more coming up right after this break. Stay with us.
And finally this evening, we're experiencing unseasonably warm temperatures in the 4 states. Winter is still hitting, or while we're experiencing that, winter is still hitting other parts of the U.S. with 2 brothers seeing snow as a blank canvas. For the past 5 years, the Bartz brothers have been turning the snow into works of art, and they always create something with a water theme because they love to fish. They've made everything from a puffer fish and walrus to a sea turtle and a shark, and this year they made a giant snow octopus. It took 500 hours to complete and 150 tons of snow, and one of the tentacles even goes over their mom and dad's front steps. People come from all over to look at their work, and many visitors leave donations, and so far they've raised almost $8,000, and it's all been raised to help provide clean drinking water in Haiti. There's the tentacle over these steps there. Very incredible. And here, a different story, though. We have not really had much snow, and we're actually unseasonably warm.
Right. We're talking about temperatures 20 to 25 degrees above normal, near record highs for Thursday and Friday. So spring is here for a couple of days, but will become more seasonal again by next week.
All right. Thanks so much, Stacy.
All right. That is our news for now.
But don't forget, KSN local news stories are always on at 4stateshomepage.com.
We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.